Hello and welcome to Elizabeth's Craft Room. I've got a couple of projects to share with you today that I have been teaching in a recent class, very popular with my lovely ladies, so I thought I'd just run through how I had made them. This one is pretty simple, and I have done a printable sheet with all the measurements on it, so if you would like that printable sheet, you can email me at liz.shannon@icloud.com and just put tuxedo or something on there, and I will just ping you back printable emails. This is going to be for both of these projects, which you are also welcome to share with your customers as well if you go ahead and teach either of these. So let's get started with this one. This one is pretty simple. There are a couple of bits that I'm going to run through with you. The first is the basic black outline, 8 1/8 by 3 3/4. I have punched here with a 1 1/4 circle. Watch the top of the bottle that you're gifting. Some can be a little bigger, so you could go larger. And then I punched on Whisper White a 1 1/4 circle, and then over the top punched a 1 3/4 circle to make myself a little frame. So they're nice and easy. For our shirt front, we want a piece of Whisper White, and that is 7 inches by 5 3/4, scored at 1 inch, 1 1/2, 2 1/2, 3, 4, 4 1/2, 5 1/2 and 6. My finger might not have been in the right place because I was looking at the measurements. And as I say, just email me and you can have those all sent. And we're going to sort of fold in from the outside. So the first one either edge becomes a valley, the next one either edge becomes a mountain, valley, and then we've got valley fold, and then it gives us that central panel. And can you see that gives us that shirt look? And all I did was to use Tombow multi-adhesive. I used it on the back. I didn't put any on the front there. I used it on the back to glue all that down. And then if I did still have any little bits popping up, I could use a little bit, but I found I didn't need to once I'd glued the back and glued it on to the next panel. Before you glue it though, do some buttons. I made a little template when I taught this in class. I do find this helps because it saves people from having to measure. So my template, I've got a button which is a brad, at 1 3/4, 2 3/4 and 3 3/4 down, and I just made them that so that they could use a pricking tool or our fantastic picky uppy tool, as I call it, to make the little holes for brads. Some of our gorgeous brads, I'm just looking for them, are actually buttons. So in the class that I taught, they had a pack of these each. Watch out though, there's one of my little buttons, because they only have 2 buttons in the same colour, but they do have 3 colours, so I got them to switch with each other so that they could have they could have all the same button colour, because you wouldn't want to necessarily mix those up. I did a little cummerbund. Is that what you call it all the way around the world? I never know whether we call things different things. Like a little band around there. That's just, let's have a little look, 1.5 inches wide, and I cut it at about 4 inches long and folded it underneath. I used the Seaside embossing folder with that, and it just gives that kind of ruched sort of silk look, I thought, on there. And finally, the easy peasy bow tie is done with a tailored tag. When doing this, I also put some little pegs out. What you need to do is you need to take 2 of these pieces, you need to give them a curl, and I used Tombow multi-purpose adhesive and held them together until they were glued. And then I took just a little strip, which is about 3/8 of an inch, and I kind of wrapped that around. I put some tape on, so I put the 2 together, glued those together, and then I put some tear and tape on there and kind of wrapped that around to make the central piece, like so. So really nice and easy, but I would put some clips in so that people can let their Tombow glue dry while they're folding the next bit. That really helped when I was teaching. And I think that's all we need to say. I think that is all we need to say. If you've got any questions, do let me know. And as I say, if you would like the instructions, let me know. Right, before I go ahead and show you the tuxedo box, which I'm very proud of, just a quick note to say, I have just released a class that has 36, yes, 36 fancy fold, or what I call cards that make you go ooh. They are designed to give a wow project at a regular class, or to make a super special class by putting 2, 3 or 4 of them together. These are available for you with all the measuring done, and if you're interested in that, just look down below and you can see a link to Ready Set Demo, and it's all on there. If you're watching this in times in the future, you might have to go to classes and you will find it under there. You should find it either the first or the second post on Ready Set Demo at blogspot.com. So if you are interested in saving a ton of time and getting 36 fancy folds ready to go, then do let me know. So this little box here I am super proud of. I had seen various tuxedo bottle gift holders in the past, but this was, I came up out of my own head. I saw something similar in a jeweller's window as a gift box and thought, I'm sure I can make something like this. So it opens up like that and opens up, and it is a little gift box. So perfect for jewellery, cufflinks, or a tie pin, or a ring, or indeed a gift card holder, because it is a good size for a gift card holder. So what I'm going to show you today, I'm going to go through the little bits and pieces, but I'm going to show you how to make a template for it, so that if you are teaching, you can easily teach this project. And I love making templates to make the process of teaching easy for my lovely ladies. So the first thing you're going to do is we're going to make the template for the box itself, which is the white part, the shirt. I'm actually going to show you make the templates both in Whisper White, just because it's a bit easier to see for you. And what I'm going to do is to actually mark them as I go. Instead of with a scoring tool, I'm going to mark these with a pen so you can see what I'm doing nice and easily. So we have got for this one, this is, and I should just bring this in, this is 8 inches by 6 inches, and I'm going to score at 1 inch, at 4 inches, at 5 inches, whoop, and then I'm going to mark, I'm going to turn this round, and I'm going to mark at 3/8 of an inch and 1 7/8. I'm going to flip that over and mark in the same place there. So 3/8 of an inch and 1 7/8 there. Then I'm going to turn and I'm going to score at 1 inch in from each edge. So that's 1 and 5. Okay. Now what I would do, so obviously you're seeing these as pen, but this would all just be scored. The thing that I want to do is I want to make a little bit that makes it nice and easy to fold in. So I'm going to just make a mark where that one is, and I'm going to take that top piece out altogether. Up to the score line, and do the same on the other side. Okay, and then, and I can see my mark through actually there, but I'm going to take my pencil and draw a line, and then take those pieces out as well. There you go. And that is my template. I will also be, with my template to show my lovely ladies, also be cutting just little V's out. Makes it nice and easy to fold. And that is template ready to teach. So what I would do with my ladies in class is I would actually do probably the scoring for them, but then I would give them this template so they could draw around those top bits, and then they would go ahead and do the scoring. It depends really when you teach how much you want to do for them. If you've got, you know, very experienced ladies, they've all got their own trimmer or scoreboard, then they can go ahead and do the scoring too. And just to show you how this would work is obviously all these scores fold. And this is the front. And all you would do, and in my class we use Tombow Multi as our main adhesive, so we would be using Tombow Multi, but I'll just pop a bit of snail on there just to show you quickly. So there is the box. This is coming in here. Oh, I've gone in a little bit too far. Bit too enthusiastic there. This piece is coming in here, and so when we have the box to open, we're going to open like that. Okay. So that's how that works. So we obviously need the sort of the tuxedo front bit to come round this, and this is what it will look like in black. This will be coming in like so. So let's go ahead and make a template for that. So this piece here is 8 1/4 inches by 4, and I'm going to score at 1 1/2. At 2 1/2, at 5 5/8, and at 6 3/8. I'm also going to mark, I'm just checking my piece on the back. I'm also going to mark at 1 inch. I'm just going to do this with a pencil here, at 1 inch. And at 7 1/4 inches, and I need to mark 1 3/4 inches down, so I'll do that with a ruler. 1 3/4 inches and 1 3/4 inches. Okay. So from this mark to this one, we're going to score, as that is our lapel coming in. And then we need to take a little V out. Now honestly, it doesn't matter quite where this is or how it is, as long as it's the same on both sides. So if you're doing a little template like this, just fold it over carefully in the middle. You don't want to give yourself another score down there, and that will give you an equal lapel piece. Fold these round. And there is our jacket. It overlaps a little bit, and that's where you're going to put your buttons. So your buttons are made with the metallic pearls, and if you colour them with a black blend, you can use a Sharpie, but the black blends give you a much better finish on them. You can make 4 little pearls. So the other thing you might think is, well, how have I got the shirt front when this is just a box? And I did play around with trying to make it as part of the box, but do you know, in the end, it was easier just to have a shirt front. So that's what I did. So this piece here is measuring 4 by 2 7/8. And I'm just going to go ahead and mark in the middle. I'm cutting down. I would say that is about a 1/2 inch, maybe a tad more. And then I am folding back to make my little collar. You can make that bigger if you would like to. And then I just did a little kind of bit of neck underneath the collar. I did that with the petal pink, and I just cut a half of a circle of petal pink and glued that underneath. So that's that piece. And finally our necktie piece. Oh no, we've also got the pocket. I should mention the pocket. So the pocket is cut with the stitched shapes, and that is the smallest square. So you've got the little stitching around it, which does look so cute. And then a 1 inch, and I'll just cut this freehand, but just to give you an idea, a 1 inch square. And if you fold that in from the sides, like so, and then you can stick that underneath, and that makes your little handkerchief or pocket square, and you can fold that however you like coming out. So that's that bit. Final piece is the tie, and I did this with the classic. Label punch, and all I've done, this is so easy, is I've got classic label in that direction, and then I just cut a little piece shaped like that. Let me just bring that up closer to you. So I just fussy cut a little piece like that and stuck it on the top of the tie. It really could not be easier. There is nothing difficult about doing that. So as you can see, I've punched out some of these so that my lovely ladies in their next class, as I'm teaching this again, can easily do. So this is a really fun project. I'm sure you'll agree. When you put it all together, it does look super cute. I did stick the jacket bit, the tuxedo jacket, on the back and the left side only. So that's the only place I have glued that. I suddenly realised I hadn't told you that. I think that is all. A little pocket popped up with a couple of dimensionals, and we are ready to go. So I hope you like these two projects. They were really fun to teach in class. My lovely ladies just adored them. I'm sure your customers will like them too. Don't forget, I have my Fancy Folds class, cards that make you go ooh, 36 all worked out for you. If you are interested in that, have a little visit to Ready Set Demo and you will find all the details there. Thanks for visiting Ready Set Demo from Elizabeth's Craft Room today.